So, more news to talk about because Jonah Williams still has not been traded, right? The first round went, we thought he was going to be traded. Second round went, we thought he was going to be traded. Obviously, he's not getting traded in the third, fourth, or fifth, sixth, seventh round because NFL executives came out and said that since he wants a first or second round pick for him. So, because of that, he's not getting traded. Now, there was a trade that almost happened in the first round. I think it was the first or second round here. It was with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars has shown interest before selecting Antoine Harrison in the first round yesterday. But again, just like we've seen with every other trade going through, and according to this article, there were multiple teams interested yesterday in Jonah Williams, and none of them went through. None of the trades went through. None of the trades got done for Jonah because they want a first or second round pick for him. And at this moment in time, no team's interested in doing that. It is what it is at the end of the day. Again, Cincinnati has a value on Jonah Williams. They say, there's no point for us to move on from Jonah unless we get a first or second round pick. Because if Collins isn't healthy till week 6 or 7, and Jackson Carman starts off slow and isn't able to, be right tackle, whatever the case, Jonah might have to be that guy. And it kind of comes down to what, based on what I've been told and understood from different sources, is that, Jonah, they believe, can protect Burrow. They believe at right tackle he can protect Burrow. And you got to protect your best asset you have, Joe. So because of that, they are making sure that unless they get a bag for Jonah, there's no reason to get rid of him. But NFL teams are, again, because he requested to be traded, NFL teams are calling up Cincy saying, listen, we'll do a trade. And Cincy's saying first or second or we're not talking. And that is simply what it looks like is continuing to happen. The Jets will also showing interest in Williams, but the team would need about $2 million in additional cap space to accommodate the $12.6 million fit on the roster. So, again, another situation where, again, $12.6 million cap hit, plus, again, they want a first or second round pick. It's spelling so much disaster that I don't think any team's really is going to be interested in trading for him at this point. Because why would I give you a first or second round pick for a guy who really is not that amazing? He's good, but he's not that amazing. He's coming off a couple years of injuries. And now he's going to cost me $12.6 million. I got to work out a new contract with him because he's on his 5th year of his contract. And then fourth year of his contract. And then finalizing that up, also, according to a lot of NFL executives, they don't even believe he could be left tackle. They think at best he's a right tackle, more or less a guard, according to some NFL executives. So it's like there's so many red flags, and then he has a huge asking price with a huge cap hit. It's just there just isn't a need. It isn't worth it. The only way it's worth it is if you get him for a 4th or 5th round pick if you're a team, and then you say, okay, well, we got him for little to nothing, so now we can actually work around him. Now, is there a chance that Cincinnati could trade him, today? The only way they would trade him today is if a team offered this year's pick, whoever, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever, plus a first or second next year. That's the only way they're going to make the trade. Again, or they could technically trade for first or second next year for just Jonah Williams, but I feel like they're going to want to get some capital in this year's draft. But again, you never know. Maybe they'll just take next year's, first or second and kind of move on with their lives. But they might, again, I say very might. Maybe they take like a 4th or 5th this year and then like a 3rd next year. Or like a 4th, probably a 3rd next year, maybe like a 4th and a 6th this year. Something where they can get this year production. Because especially because how good this draft class is when it comes to how deep all these different position groups are. I feel like since he really wants to get more on this draft class. But again, if they don't get it, Cincy is fine. Cincy is sitting pretty. This is a situation where Cincy is sitting there like, we don't need to trade him. We don't care that he requested to be traded. We don't care he wants out. at the end of the day, we have right tackle problems because obvious reasons. Collins is not 100% yet. He claims he's a lot better, but I'll want to wait and see on that one. And then Jackson Carman looking good, but again, he's not. He played good in the playoffs last season, but now you got to see how he looks at right tackle this season. Cody Ford, I don't think is going to be that guy, and they have said many times that he is going to be starting right tackle. He's going to be competing for starting right tackle, but he also can play left guard and right guard. And I think they'll probably move him to left guard, right guard, kind of move him around the offensive line. And then Jonah. So if you're Cincy, there's just no urgency to say, we don't have to get rid of the guy. We spent 11th pick overall in the NFL draft on him, a first-round pick. So why would we be so urgent to just get rid of him for nothing? So it is a really interesting situation we are finding ourselves in. Because I know myself included, and I know my chat has asked this, I've asked this, what's going on? Why haven't they traded Jonah? Well, we got some answers. According to here, Tony, that the Jags and Jets have tried. But it just hasn't worked out. It is what it is. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.